2's complement, the cheat's way. Note the spelling of 2's complement. I want to represent the negative 100. And hopefully I don't have to explain the numerical pattern to you because you should already understand binary by this point. Now the cheat is to treat the first number as negative, which is why whenever there's a negative number, there's always a 1 at the front. Even if we were to add up all of these numbers, it still wouldn't equal this number, so it's always going to be a negative number as long as there's a 1 at the front. So now our job is to add up binary the same way we would do normally, except we're starting from a negative rather than from a positive. So the difference between 100 and 128 is 28 negative, yeah? So you've got to add on 28 to this number in order to bring it up to only negative 100. Hopefully you can work out that the 64 we must place a 0 because that's too much, and the 32, if we to add that on, that's too much. If we add the 16 on, that's going to equal negative 112 if we had to leave it at this point, which means we need 12. So the 8 is going to give us negative 104, and adding on the final 1 is going to give us negative 100. So then we can put zeros down here. Now that's the cheat way of doing it. Doing it the proper way, we would start off by writing the number down positive, so it should be a 0, 1, 1, which is 96, 0, 0, 1, which is 100, 0, 0, and our next step is to invert it, so all the 1s become zeros, the zeros become 1s. Careful, no, sorry. And then our next step is to add 1 on. So I like to write it down how we would in maths. 1 plus 1 in binary is 2. So a 2 in binary is 0 with 1 carried over because we've only 1 bit to write it, which means we're adding 1 and the carry. So 1 plus 1 in binary is 2 with the 1 carried over. 0 plus 1 is 1. 1 plus 0 because there's nothing else carried over here, which means we can just write down the number as it was before, and hopefully if we check with my cheat, the two of them match perfectly.